Adam Russell, Starla Russell, bringing you live election coverage here at the Election Commission. And we have talked to Mr. James Brown, the director of the Monroe County Election Commission, just a minute ago. Got a couple of updates. So they have had a huge line that come in there at the end of the day at Sweetwater High School. They brought all those people inside, somewhere around 40 or so. They are letting them vote now. He said it's probably about a 45-minute process, and that was as of 8 o'clock, so we're probably getting close now. They'll let those people vote. Once they have voted, then they can start tallying the votes. He couldn't do anything until all the votes were in, and that was the last precinct to have people to vote. So we have had vehicles pulling in. Precinct 7 just pulled in a second ago. We got a car outside right now. So we're going to go over a couple of little things that we got going on. But we do have live coverage on 91.1 FM and 104.7 FM. If you're out of range on 104.7, tune to us on 91.1. We're also streaming live at Wgsm Radio.org, and we're also on the Facebook page at WGSM. Starla's got a couple of things she's going to go over as far as the ballot, what was on there. So
just to reiterate, we do not have any results yet.
Right.
We cannot give results until Sweetwater High School everyone gets through and has voted. So we are at a standstill in Monroe County with our totals until Sweetwater High School gets through with the people who were in line before 8 o'clock. So even though the polls close at 8 o'clock, they were in line. Therefore, they still will get counted in the votings. So that is what our holdup is. Mr. Brown just made sure that we understood we cannot give any results out until that happens. So that's kind of where we are at a delay with this afternoon, and as soon as those come out, they're really great about getting us any kind of numbers.
He also filled us in on some new laws. The first time this has ever happened before, they have to pick a precinct in the county, pull that for an audit. They done that just a minute ago. That audit is going to end up being Ball Play Precinct. They will count those on a different machine, to my understanding, on what he was telling us, which is actually pretty neat.
Yes, just to ensure integrity with our balloting systems.
Right, and with that being said, I don't know if many people know this. We got another car pulling in right now, but Tennessee leads the nation in election integrity. We're number 1 right now, followed by I think when I pulled it up, Georgia was up there in the top. So I know Tennessee has rearranged a few things over the past couple of years, and right now we are leading the nation as far as your vote being secure and everything being counted for. So Starla's going to go over the ballot. Got some local races going on.
So of course we have our, our presidential election that's going on. Of course, that's the big talk of all the big news stations. So I know you're no surprise to what is happening there. But we're going to focus on our local elections right now. So for our city of Madisonville alderman race, you are going to vote for 3. In that, you will have Rhonda Cooley, Horton Edward Dawson, Nancy Tyler Franklin, Richard Kirkland, or Deanna McClendon. So big race there. You can only vote for 3. 3 of those will be on the board for the city of Madisonville. City recorder, vote for 1, Sherry Anderson. So Sherry Anderson will resume her position still as the city recorder of Madisonville. We also have the local option sales tax. This is a sales tax, just a referendum to increase the sales tax rate from 2.25% to 2.75%. And you would either vote for or against that tax increase. For the town of Tellico, the mayor's race, you would vote for 1, Marilyn F. Parker. So there, Marilyn, Miss Parker will just resume her position as the mayor there in Tellico. In the town of Tellico, your vote for 4 for the alderman, Courtney Millsaps Bookout, Shannon T. Harris, Cynthia McDaniel, and Joyce A. McDaniel. So all 4 of those will join the alderman positions there at the town of Tellico. City Recorder, Town of Tellico Plains, vote for 1 Joe Cagle. So Joe Cagle again will resume that position there at the city as a city recorder for Town of Tellico Plains. Moving on to Town of Von Orr, Alderman for Town of Von Orr, vote for 2 Robert Keenan, Timothy Wade Swafford, and Christy C. Windsor. There will be vote for 2 in that area. And then the last thing on the Monroe County, specifically for Town of Von Orr, will be the retail package store. You are either going to vote to permit the retail package store to sell alcoholic beverages in the Town of Von Orr, or not to permit retail package stores to sell alcoholic beverages in the Town of Von Orr. So those are kind of our local ballots that we have, and then of course we do have our president and vice president's race, the United States Senate, the House of Representatives, Tennessee Senate, and Tennessee House of Representatives, the 21st District and the 23rd District. So good ballot here. Lots of things to vote for. Hope everyone got out today and let your vote be heard. Very important right that we do have here in America, and so thankful for that right to be able to vote today.
If you're just now joining us, going to do a little recap. We are live here at the Election Commission in downtown Madisonville. We've talked to the director, Mr. James Brown. Right there around the 8 o'clock poll closing time, there was a line at Sweetwater High School, around 40 or so people. They've moved them inside the building. As soon as they're finished voting, then they can officially start the count, and we'll get some results. So he said right around 8 o'clock, it should be about another 45 minutes. So we should be getting close around 9.
Right on that mark now.
He sent some extra personnel here from the Election Commission over to the high school there in Sweetwater to help them out. So they've got some extra help. While we're waiting, we're going to go over a couple of things. This coming Friday night, the Tellico Bears will be playing in the first round playoff game at South Green High School. That'll be at 7 p.m. We'll be bringing you live coverage there at the high school of the first playoff game for the Tellico Bears. Jeff Anderson and Jared Johnson. That will be on 91.1 as well as 104.7 FM. You can also follow online at tellicobearsradio.com and wgsmradio.org. So that'll be a live first round playoff game for the Tellico Bears. We're excited about that.
Yes.
We do have
Congratulations to the Bears.
Yeah, we do have 91.1 that is the voice of the Bears, and our 104.7 is the voice of the Chiefs.
But this Friday, we're going to be the voice of the Bears all in one.
We're supporting them because they're there, and it's a Monroe County team. Also coming up, we've got basketball season. 91.1 will be covering the Tellico Bears with Jeff Anderson and Jared Johnson. The first game will be November 19th at McMinn County High School. That will be away. That'll be starting at 6 p.m., so tune in to 91.1 and follow Jeff and Jared as they bring you live coverage of the Bears there in at McMinn County on November 19th.
Yes, and on that note, the Sequoia High School will also start their basketball schedule coming up on November 19th. They will have a home game for Seymour. 6 o'clock is that first kickoff for the first tip-off, for your Lady Chiefs, and the Chiefs will be to follow. Sequoia High School is celebrating their 30-year anniversary this year, so there's lots of things going on at the high school this year. So be sure to follow Sequoia High School's Facebook page for all the great events coming up for the high school and all the things that they would like to honor.
We also want to go over, and we said earlier on Facebook Live, if you wasn't with us, there's been some devastating news in the Tellico area community over the last couple of days with a senior up there at the high school that tragically passed away in a car accident. Starla's got some information as far as a race that's coming up that will help support that family as well as the other young lady that's still in the hospital and pretty dire need of some healing. So we do ask for prayer for them, and she's going to give you some details on this race coming up.
Yes, so the high school is hosting a True Hero Veterans 5K Saturday, November the 16th. 2024. So all of you runners, walkers, whatever you would like to do, would you join this 5K? There will be an entry fee, but there has just been an update this week on that. 100% of all the runner registration fees will go directly to the Wiseman and Levison family in support of, all of the funeral costs and hospital costs that are occurring for these families. Just such a terrible tragedy. If you were with us on Facebook Live, we can barely even bring it up without choking up ourselves. Just such a thing for this community to be mourning. So our hearts and our prayers are with those families and that community. This Friday specifically, everyone in Monroe County Schools is going maroon in support for these families. So we would just like to extend that to our community. All of our community members, just wear maroon and just be in constant prayer and support of these two young ladies and their families, especially the Wiseman's family, who are having such a deal with this tragic loss, and for Ruby as she is fighting for her life. So we are just in prayer for them. The race is online. You can find information about that at personalbestracing.com. That is going to be how you can register for the race, and the race will be held in Tellico Plains. If you have any questions, just go to that website. It's a great opportunity to give back to this family who are desperate times for any kind of financial support that they can get.
Definitely. I've been looking out the window. 2 more precincts pulled in. I think that was 14, so that was ball play. That's the one they will be auditing. They had a group of people that will go back there with that special machine, go over those ballots, and perform that first new audit that has come about. So
yes.
Pretty neat deal on how they're going to check that.
Yes. So we haven't heard any news about Sweetwater High School yet. We're not sure if everyone's made it through yet.
John did get an update. He thinks it's going to be going on a little bit quicker than what we may anticipated. So for some national news right now, and this is unofficial, it looks like Kamala Harris has got somewhere around 17 million votes at looks like 72 unofficial electoral college votes, and former President Donald Trump has got around 20 million votes and 111 electoral votes. So we'll keep an eye on that as well on
Definitely
the national
gonna be close for this race
stage. So if you're just now joining us, we are live on Facebook. We are live at wgsmradio.org, and we are live on both sister radio stations, 91.1 FM and 104.7 FM. Also, if you haven't checked out our Facebook page, you can find us at WGSM Spirit 104.7 FM. Go over there, like and follow our page for live updates as far as basketball, football, local events, and especially things like tonight, like election night. So
yes,
we've done this years in the past, and they're slowly getting all these new laws and stuff figured out and making this thing run smooth. We've got some more precincts pulling in here now.
Line of cars pulling in. So we're hope to have some kind of results to you as soon as we can. We're sorry we're kind of just delaying at the moment. That's all we have to work with, so bear with us while we wait as you wait.
Well, what changed a couple of years ago, and I like it, is if you live in Vaughn or City but you work in Sweetwater, on election day you can vote in Sweetwater instead of having to come back to your precinct in Vaughn, or same if you're in Madisonville. So they're going to have votes that might be cast in the city, but we're actually taken out in the county somewhere. Once all those come in, they'll be able to tally them up. But we should have early votes within the next 15 minutes or so. I think they're probably getting close to wrapping up there at Sweetwater High School.
Yes.
So we're going to take a small break, and we'll be back with you live here at the Monroe County Election Commission in downtown Madisonville here in the next couple of minutes.
Today's programming is brought to you by Common Sense Wealth Advisors, your trusted financial partner at 507 Veterans Memorial Drive in Tellico Plains, specializing in retirement, estate planning, tax management, income planning, long-term care, and asset maximization. They offer over 22 years of expertise in helping clients achieve their goals. More information online at commonsensewealthadvisors.com or phone 423-253-2970. Member FINRA.
Experience the charm of the Madisonville Golf Club, a 9-hole course, owned and operated by Jeremy Harrell and C.H. Thomas. This local course has been a community favorite for years. Whether you're practicing at the driving range or enjoying a round, Madisonville Golf Club is the heart of hometown golf. Located at 180 Golf Course Road in Madisonville, the Madisonville Golf Club, proud supporters of Chiefs and Bears sports. Phone 423-545-9999.
At Rod and Staff Security, they offer unmatched expertise in personal, church, and site protection. Led by Dale Bradley, a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel with decades of military and law enforcement experience. They prioritize risk-informed decision-making for maximum efficiency. With over 100 years of combined experience, they deliver real-world solutions that make the most of your resources and budget. They can help keep you safe. Online at rodandstaffsecurity.com or phone 865-806-7064.
Today's programming is brought to you by Sweetwater Valley Collision. They're a certified insurance repair facility featuring a drive-in estimating bay and state-of-the-art repair equipment. They have been serving Southeast Tennessee for over 20 years. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m., located at 106 Sands Road in Sweetwater, or online at sweetwatervalleycollision.com or phone 423-337-6020.
Chota Community Health Services offers the latest in professional health care with 3 locations to serve you in Madisonville, Bonor, and Tellico Plains. Open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday at the Tellico and Bonor locations, and at the Madisonville Clinic, open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Appointments are available. Phone 423-442-2622 or online at chotahealth.org.
We're back here live at the Monroe County Election Commission here in downtown Madisonville. It is about 5 till 9. We're just going to get you caught up to date if you're just now tuning in. We are live on 91.1 FM, 104.7 FM, and Wgsm Radio.org, as well as Facebook Live at our Facebook page at WGSM. We are waiting for early voting totals to come out. Sweetwater High School had a large crowd there when they closed around 8 p.m., and they're having to get all those people voted. Once they're voted, then they can start tallying the total votes for the county, is what Mr. Brown has told us. So we are waiting on that. We've had probably 6 or 7 precincts pull in, and so those are the ones that have been out in the county or over in Sweetwater and Tellico.
Yes, so we apologize for the delay. We're just kind of at the mercy of all of those precincts getting shut down and starting to report. So as soon as that happens, we will be able to give you some early voting and absentee voting. But until then, we're just kind of waiting. I know the girls here at the Election Commission are working very hard to be able to get those to us as soon as they can.
He did tell me when he came through here earlier that, actually there's 2 more pulling in now, but he did tell me they have had a large crowd of voting. They had to pick a random precinct to audit, and they were hoping, and I was thinking they were hoping to get a small one, and I said, "Oh, ball play, you've got a small one there," and he said, "No, every one of them have been extremely busy, so whether they had pulled a random say a small area like Coca Creek versus Sweetwater City, they're still going to have a lot of votes they've got to go through and tally on that audit, which end up being ball play precinct."
Yes,
I think it's
and those
precinct 14.
audits are just a new law that just to to ensure the integrity of the election and make sure everything is being reported on correctly.
Yeah, while we're waiting, we're going to go over a couple of upcoming events. The Tellico Plain Bears will travel to South Green High School on Friday for their first round of playoffs. The game will start at 7 p.m. We will have live coverage from South Green High School with Jeff Anderson and Jared Johnson on 91.1. 104.7 FM, as well as online at tellicobearsradio.com and wgsmradio.org. So we're proud of the Bears. 91.1 is the home station of the Lady Bears and Bears there in Tellico, and we're excited for them to be in the playoffs this year.
Yes, and then we are actually going to be kicking off basketball season very soon. So Sequoia High School is also one of our station or our schools. So with 104.7, that is the Voice of the Chiefs with Rick McCrary and Joey Sasser. They will kick off basketball season. The first home game will be November 19th against Seymour. Tip-off there will be at 6 o'clock with the Lady Chiefs, and then the Chiefs game will be there to follow. So just go out and support our Chiefs basketball, and we will also be kicking off Tellico Plains.
I'm going to throw in a little Voice of the Chiefs, Rick McCrary. This could go all night.
Oh, yes. I
he
feel
would
like
say that.
We are going to go all night tonight.
I know he's listening.
It's going to be a long night. And
Rick does a good job.
My daycare babies are texting saying, Miss Starla needs to be in bed right now because we have to get up early, and they are right. So if you're watching, my babies, go to bed, okay? Because Miss Starla is already tired, so I don't want you to be tired tomorrow.
Not only the Chiefs basketball starting coming up in the next couple of days, we've got the Bears and Lady Bears will kick off their season November 19th at McMinn County High School at 6 p.m. That live coverage will be brought to you by Jeff Anderson and Jared Johnson on 91.1 FM, so tune in to those guys as they bring you some basketball.
Yes, and I've also mentioned, the Sequoia High School celebrating 30-year anniversary this year of the high school. Lots of good things coming out from the high school to just be in celebration of that. And I just got a text here. They're actually going to have an alumni basketball game. That is going to be November the 15th at 6:30 at the Chop House. So if I'm sure you're going to want to come out and see that. All of our I can say that because I am old. Our old friends that have played basketball or any of that we're going to be lacing up those shoes one more time for an alumni game at 6:30. That will be something you do not want to miss. So that alumni game, again, will be November the 15th, 6:30 at the Chop House. Make sure you're there. It will guaranteed to bring some smiles on your face.
A little update if you're not following the national race here. Looks like unofficial. 9.4% are reporting in at this point. 22 million for former President Donald Trump as far as the popular vote. 111 on the electoral. 19 million for Vice President Kamala Harris. 75 on the electoral votes for her right now. So it's still early in the national race. We'll try to keep you up to date on that. So we're still waiting on early voting totals, and it might, because of this small, which is a great thing that people were lined up at Sweetwater High School, but we might end up getting Election Day and early voting together.
At one time, yes.
Mr. Brown said they could not start the tallying until everybody had voted over there. Once that was done, that had started around 8 p.m., they should be done around now. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as he gets the word from over there, I'm assuming they'll start counting here. And then Sweetwater High School, that box of ballots and equipment will drive from there to the Election Commission. So that's a good thing. We had a great crowd over there. And that'll just hold us up an extra 30 or 45 minutes, which is nothing bad. So Mr. Brown is giving us an update right now. We'll bring it to you as soon as we can. If you didn't catch us earlier, the state of Tennessee is the number one state in the nation for election integrity and security. These voting machines that the state of Tennessee use are not connected to the internet. for security from outside attacks. We also, Tennesseans must present a valid Tennessee or federal issued photo ID to vote. And then the new thing, just like we went over a few minutes ago, as far as the audit on Election Day. Also, these totals will be unofficial until the Election Commission get together and vote those in as official. So did you get a little update right there?
So it's, from what I could gather, it's hard to hear with the headset on. The precincts are going to kind of come out a little strange. So but they will let us know which precincts we are at once they come out. So we'll be able to tell you which precinct we're reporting on, the numbers for all of that.
Looks like we're getting some numbers right now. I'll let Starla look over those, and we'll bring that to you as soon as we can.
Okay.
This is all of early voting.
This is going to be early voting at Sequoia.
Okay. Early voting at Sequoia.
So let me see here.
So we have early voting.
And we're bringing this to you live. Sorry about that.
We're going to start with the City of Madisonville race.
It's early voting.
Early voting. This
All
is
over.
early voting numbers.
Okay.
So here we go.
Early
Get your
voting.
pens ready. Here we go. City of Madisonville Alderman race. Rhonda Cooley, 974. Horton Edward Dawson, 630. Nancy Tyler Franklin, 665. Richard Kirkland, 555. Deanna McClendon, 448. So right now, looks like our top three in that will be Rhonda Cooley, Horton Edward Dawson, and Nancy Tyler Franklin for those three.
I was looking over here. We've got another local race, Tennessee House of Representatives, District 21. Laura Russell, the Republican. Let's see, early voting. This has a little bit of, I think this is both maybe for precinct 7. So Laura Russell, early voting, 9,058. Kenneth Moore, the Democrat, 1,706.
I'm sorry, yes, it does look like we are reporting on early voting and election day voting.
But that's just for that precinct is what
precinct. Precinct number 7.
For precinct 7. So you're getting some election day votes as well as early voting.
So we will also look at the House of Representatives here. Chuck Flashman, 12,283 votes. Jack Allen, 2,203 votes. Gene Howard Hill, 154. Stephen Scooter King, 175. So Chuck Flashman is leading that currently in the House of Representatives vote with us in Precinct 7, excuse me. And then moving on, let's see our local sales tax referendum. So that is going to be you either voted for or against. Currently for the 308, against 1,137.
I've got, let's see here.
Excuse me.
Retail package store referendum for the town of Vonore to permit retail package stores to sell alcohol beverages in the town of Vonore is currently at 353 votes. Not to permit retail package stores to sell alcohol in the town of Vonore is 169. So currently, it looks like that's going to be voted in unless they have a drastic change there on the package stores in Vonore.
Yes, so moving on to Alderman, town of Vonore. Vote 2, Robert Keenan, 248. Timothy Wade Swafford, 266, and Christy C. Windsor, 247. This is a very tight race.
One vote difference right there, 248 to 247.
Again, that is not final. That is just precinct 7. So there are still lots to come out from those. So that is nothing official at this time. That is just one precinct in our county.
And that's no election day voting from Vonore. It's got
Correct.
one vote that occurred at Sequoia High School, which is number 7 for today. none other than that precinct. So we'll have to come back to this one.
Sure. All right, moving on to our president election here for Precinct 7. It looks like, we're not going to read through all of that just because that would take us a hot minute, but we will go on, focus on the two top candidates here. For Donald J. Trump, 12,722 votes. For Kamala D. Harris, 2,466 votes. So that is just currently, again, we are just reading Precinct 7. That is the only ones that we have currently with us in right now.
And I'll go over, did you go over U.S. Senate?
I did not.
U.S. Senate for our state, Marsha Blackburn, 12,261. Gloria Johnson, 2,502 votes. That's the top two. Out of all of them, we'll roll here through Tennessee State Senate District 2, Tom Hatcher, 12,505 votes. Patty Young, 2,278 votes.
Tennessee House of Representative District 23, another race for our area. Mark Cochran, 3,610. David, how do we say that? I'm sorry.
Where you at here?
Right here. I don't want to mess that up.
I don't want to mess.
Okay, we're going to say David W.T. I'm sorry, sir, if you're watching. I'm terrible with names, but 448. So it looks like Mark Cochran is in the lead there for District 7 or for Precinct 7 here.
Rolling back through City Recorder, City of Madisonville, unopposed.
Just to be clear, it is early voting for the entire county.
Okay.
Plus precinct.
Okay, we just wanted to clarify on this. This is going to be early voting for the entire county, but only Election Day voting for Precinct 7, which is Sequoia High School. So
yes, sorry for that confusion if you were confused.
If you're just now tuning in, we're the reason we're getting a little bit of a delay is there was a large crowd there at Sweetwater High School, around 40 people or so, that they had to vote there at the end of the day at 8 o'clock. Those just got done voting, then they can start the tally. They've released county-wide early voting, which we have now, and then it'll start coming in by precinct. And this is only Precinct 7. So
yes,
and
so
we have 15 precincts total,
yes,
I believe.
Yes. So we will go through just some more local stuff. So City of Madisonville, again, those numbers. Rhonda Cooley. That is going to be early voting and Precinct 7 Election Day voting, 974. Horton Edward Dawson, 630. Nancy Tyler Franklin, 665. Richard Kirkland, 555. Deanna McClendon, 448.
And that is early voting and Sequoia High School. Sherry Anderson, City Recorder, unopposed, has got 1,236 votes. Right now, the City of Madisonville, as far as the local option on the sales tax referendum, it is against 1,137, for 308. We will work through there in Von Orr for the package stores. Right now, the package stores, to vote them in to sell alcoholic beverages is at 353. Against that is at 169. City Recorder for the town of Tellico, unopposed, Joe Cagle, 187. Going through Alderman for the town of Tellico, Courtney Bookout, 142. Shannon Harris, 146. Cynthia McDaniel, 136. Joyce McDaniel, 135. So we've got all those are on par, and that's a vote for, so all of them are automatically moving on.
We've got some new numbers. We have Election Commission, Sequoia High School, and Ruleville School. This is with these reporting, so this will be early voting total, plus Election Commission, Election Day, Sequoia High School Election Day, and Ruleville School.
Okay.
All right, so we will start with City of Madisonville Alderman. We will start with Rhonda Cooley, 1,227. Horton Edward Dawson, 787. Nancy Tyler Franklin, 822. Richard Kirkland, 703. Deanna McClendon, 554.
Okay, and that is election day totals for the Election Commission, Sequoia High School, and Rural, as well as early voting. Okay. So we're changing up one more. This is everything we've got so far, plus early voting.
And absentees.
So this is going to be...
Okay, so let's start over.
Let me go over the precincts on what we got here. So looks like we've got precinct 7, 2, 1, 10, 5, and...
absentees. Early vote, all the things.
Okay, go ahead there.
So we'll start again. Alderman, City of Madisonville. Rhonda Cooley, 1,294. Horton Edward Dawson, 827. Nancy Tyler Franklin, 861. Richard Kirkland, 744. Deanna McClendon, 592.
City Recorder Sherry Anderson, unopposed, 1,663.
Optional sales tax referendum, so this would be either for or against. For the sales tax would be 410, against 1,533.
Okay, Tennessee House of Representatives, District 21, Lowell Russell, 10,216. Kenneth Moore, 1,978.
Alderman, Town of Tellico, all 4 of those will be going on, so we will report on those final times, but we're going to look more now.
Need to look at that Vonore race if you can find it.
Town of Vonore, Robert Keenan, 256. Timothy Wade Swafford, 275. Christy C. Windsor, 260. Again, very tight race there. We can't confirm any of those yet because all of it is not in. So this is unofficial results, still with all just 5 of 15 polling reporting.
And we're still waiting on, I don't think Vonore has come in yet.
So that'll be a big difference in the numbers there.
Tennessee State Senate District 2, Tom Hatcher, 14,165. Patty Young, 2,690. Let's see.
Retail package store for Town of Vonore. To permit that retail package store would be 365. To not permit, 177.
U.S. House of Representatives District 3, Chuck Flashman is the leader there, 13,909. Jack Allen is at 2,586. U.S.
Senate, the leader of that group right now would be Marsha Blackburn with 13,907.
City Recorder, Town of Tellico, unopposed, Joe Cagle, 209. Let's see here.
Then for our presidential race, the leader for what has been reported on so far would be Donald J. Trump, 14,463 votes.
So we'll slowly go back through these now that we've had a minute or two. If you got your pen and paper at home and you want to write these numbers down, we'll try to go through them real slow so you can get them. But this is going to be precinct out of 15 total precincts. We've got 5 reporting in, which is 33% of the county. Precinct 7, 2, 1, 10, 5, and absentees. So this is early voting, absentees, and precinct 7, 2, 1, 10, and 5. So we've got 5 reporting in out of the 15 precincts.
Yes.
And we're going to go through these totals. We'll still have totals coming in, and we might update them here.
We may have some.
We'll go ahead and go through these one more time, just to be safe. And
so this is adding precinct 14 and 2.
Okay.
So we will have. We will start Lowell Russell. 10,688 is the leader for our House of Representatives District 21. District 23 leader, Mark Cochran, with 4,358 votes. For our City of Madisonville Alderman, vote for 3, Rhonda Cooley, 1,296. Horton Edward Dawson, 829. Nancy Tyler Franklin, 861. Richard Kirkland, 745. Deanna McClendon, 592. Sherry Anderson, vote for 1,666. Sales tax referee.
I would help you out, but you got
Here,
the
why don't
updated.
you,
You got the updated paper.
I don't need to do all the talking.
Okay, sales tax referendum for the city of Madisonville. 410 votes against 1536. We're going to move past some of these.
Incumbents.
We'll
and
go
the
into
ones that are
Vonore here. Vonore is vote 2. Robert Keenan, 258. Timothy Swafford, 275. Christy Windsor, 263. So that's within 5 votes or so there in Vonore, and that's a vote 2. Package stores in Vonore 4 is 368 against 177. Let's see, Joe Cagle unopposed, Tellico City Recorder 209. Alderman in the town of Tellico Plains, we've got 4 spots. All 4 will move forward. Courtney Bookout 173, Shannon Harris 160, Cynthia McDaniel 150, Joyce McDaniel 147, Marilyn Parker, Mayor, town of Tellico, unopposed 198. Let's see, U.S. Senate, Marsha Blackburn, 14,560. Gloria Johnson, 3,097. Presidential race, former President Donald Trump, 15,156. Vice President Kamala Harris, 3,049. Let's see, total ballots so far that's been cast is 18,435. We've got 7 total precincts out of 15 reported.
With those precincts, the precincts that we have that have reported currently, we have Sequoia High School, early votes, Precinct 10, which is Ruleville Elementary School, Precinct 5, Election Commission Office, all of the absentees, Precinct 14, which is Ball Play Fire Department, and Precinct 2, Broad Street School. So we're still waiting. There's only 7 out of 15 precincts that have reported, so we're halfway there, folks. Hold on to your pens. We are not quite done just yet.
Yeah, 46% of the polling places have reported in. We're still waiting on the rest, and a lot of it's drive time if they're up in Tellico, Coca Creek. So we'll do a quick recap. The reason we got off on a slow start is Sweetwater High School had about 40 people there around 8 o'clock. They had to get in and vote. After they voted them, Mr. Brown could start doing the tallies. He couldn't do that until everything was, all the ballots were cast. Now they're bringing them in from the 15 different precincts. We've got one backed up here now. They're fixing to carry in, so we'll have some more totals coming to you shortly.
Yes, and Mr. Brown's staff, they do a great job getting those totals in as quick as they can and getting those reported. They have a large staff here working tonight. All are very friendly to help us out. We're really appreciative appreciate them hosting us and allowing us to bring you this election coverage live.
If you're out of the listening area, you can pull us up at wgsmradio.org or pull up our Facebook page at WGSM Spirit 104.7. We're also live on 91.1 FM, as well as our main channel at 104.7 FM. So we're going to go over these totals real quick. We're still waiting on some more to come through, but as of now, this is unofficial results. There's been a total of, to this point, 46% of the county has been reported into the Election Commission. That was 18,435 votes. This is early voting, absentees, and election day for 7 of the 15 precincts. Going through these real quick, U.S. House of Representatives, Chuck Flashman, 14,556 votes. Jack Allen, 2,742 votes. Tennessee State District 2, Tom Hatcher, 14,837. Patty Young, 28.55. Let's see here. These other two races, House of Representatives District 21, Laurel Russell's leading that, 10,688. Tennessee House of Representatives District 23, Mark Cochran is leading that extremely big, 4,358 votes. Alderman City of Madisonville, vote 3, Rhonda Cooley, 1,296 votes. Ed Dawson, 829. Nancy Franklin, 861. Richard Kirkland, 745. Deanna McClendon, 592. Sherry Anderson, unopposed, has 1,666 votes. I'll let you go over some of that there while.
Okay. Local sales tax for City of Madisonville, 410 against 1,536. Marilyn Parker, unopposed, 198. Alderman, Town of Tellico, vote 4. Courtney Millsap's Bookout, 173. Shannon T. Harris, 160. Cynthia McDaniel, 150. Joyce A. McDaniel, 147. City Recorder, Town of Tellico Plains, Joe Cagle, unopposed, 209. Alderman, Town of Von Orr, vote 2. Very close race here so far with what we have reported. Robert Keenan, 258. Timothy Wade Swafford, 275. I don't know if we're saying Swafford or Swafford. Sorry if I've been pronouncing that incorrectly all night, Mr. Timothy. Chrissy C. Windsor, 263. Also in the town of Von Orr, they are voting to permit or not permit a retail package store. Currently, the vote for 368 votes is going to be to permit those. We have some new coverages coming right now with precinct 11 coming in. That is going to be Tellico.
Where's that at there?
That will be
Tellico Community
Center.
So that's 9 out of the 15 reporting in. We've got 60% of the precincts reporting. We're now at 19,729 votes that have been cast in Monroe County. We will roll through the ones that were close, which is Von Orr and Tellico, or Madisonville, I'm sorry. The rest of them, there's a pretty good gap. So Von Orr, let's see, Robert Keenan, 278. Timothy Swafford, 293. Christy Windsor, 276. So that's vote 2 there in Von Orr. The package store, still staying pretty close. People for the package store, 394 there in the town of Von Orr, 191 against. And then, let's see, City of Madisonville, Alderman vote 3, Rhonda Cooley, 1,300. Ed Dawson, 831. Nancy Franklin, 864. Richard Kirkland, 748. Deanna McClendon, 595. Sherry Anderson, unopposed, 1,673. Laurel Russell is still leading his race, District 21, 11,127 votes. Mark Cochran still leading his, 5,032 votes. Tom Hatcher leading for State Senate, 15,945. Chuck Flashman, a large lead, 15,622. Marsha Blackburn, large lead as well, 15,628. And former President Donald Trump is leading Monroe County with 82% of the vote, 16,272.
So we're still waiting on quite a few precincts. We have Sweetwater High School, Sweetwater Primary, Von Orr Elementary,
and I was looking,
Madisonville Primary, Von Orr Community, Notchie Creek. All of those still have not reported Coker Creek.
And the one that was a lot of people voting, which was Sweetwater High School, Precinct 1's not come in yet.
Madisonville Primary.
Madisonville Primary has not been at least I'm sure it's here, they're still tallying the vote. So
Von Orr Elementary School, again, we're waiting on those. Von Orr Community Center. So
you've got some larger ones that are still out there.
Very tight race for a lot of those that are close right now. Please be reminded that we still have a lot to report on. So these are not official numbers.
And the reason we say that is over the last couple of years, they've changed that. If you live in Madisonville City or Von Orr City or Sweetwater City, but you work in Tellico, you can vote in Tellico on election day. So we might be getting votes in from a precinct outside of Madisonville or Von Orr or Sweetwater because they voted in the area they maybe work in or was traveling through. So
Correct.
Now what do we got here?
So we are adding Sweetwater High School to this. So we will start with Town of Von Orr. Town of Von Orr, Robert Keenan, 278. Timothy Swafford, 294. Christy C. Windsor, 277. Again, very tight there. We just can't report on that yet. This is just adding Sweetwater High School precinct. To permit retail package store would go, is in the lead, 394.
Okay, let's go to City of Madisonville. Vote 3, Rhonda Cooley, 1302. Ed Dawson, 834. Nancy Franklin, 864. Richard Kirkland, 750. Deanna McClendon, 595. Sherry Anderson, unopposed, 1675.
For House of Representative District 23, Mark Cochran, big lead here, 5,039. House of Representatives District 21, Lowell Russell with a large lead of 11,787.
Let's see, Chuck Flashman, U.S. House of Representatives, 16,250. He's got 82% of the vote.
Tennessee Senate District 2, Tom Hatcher, 16,598.
Marsha Blackburn, leading with 81% of the vote here in Monroe County, 16,269. Former President Donald Trump, leading with 82% of the vote, 16,948. So now we've got a total cast ballots in the county so far with 66% of the county reporting in at 20,581 votes have been cast.
So we are still waiting on a few precincts. This is, again, just adding precinct 1. So far, if you are waiting to hear the precincts that have reported, we have precinct 1, Sweetwater High School, precinct 2, Broad Street School, precinct 5, Election Commission, precinct 7, Sequoia High School, precinct 10, Rural Vale School, precinct 11, Tellico Plains Community Center, and precinct 14th, Ball Play Fire Department. So those are the ones that we have currently. Those are the numbers that we have read to you. We are still waiting on 5 more places to report final numbers.
And this Von Orr race is going to come down to these other ones. It's
yes, correct.
1 vote difference between Robert's got 278 and Christie's got 277.
Correct. Von Orr Elementary School or Von Orr Community Center have not been reported on yet.
So that'll be a lot of votes out of there. And looking at this, election day votes for what's come in on Von Orr have been so today, let's see, 20, 20, and 25. So they're all within. 2 of them's even and 1 of them's 5 ahead. So
that's just on the precincts that we have currently. So those are
and that's just race. Election day only. And then you look over here at early voting. Really, 2 of them are tied in early voting. So 10. Definitely going to come down to the end there in Von Orr when it's vote 2. Excuse me. So. If you're just now joining us, you're listening to Wgsm Radio. We're live at the Monroe County Election Commission in downtown Madisonville. This is Adam Russell, joined with Starla Russell. We are bringing you election totals from the Monroe County election. This is also state and federal as well as local election here for several cities. Tellico has some races in here as well as Von Orr and Madisonville. And from what we can tell so far, we've got several that are close, especially when they're in Von Orr down to 1 vote. We've had 66% of the precincts report in. We're missing 5, and some of them are Von Orr, is what you said.
Yes, Von Orr Elementary School, Von Orr Community Center. Neither do we have them reported on, so we will wait to call that race, obviously, until we get closer on that.
Well, I'll tell you who we can go ahead and call on. We're going to go ahead and call some races here in Monroe County, and I'll circle them as we go down through here. Former President Donald Trump is the winner here in Monroe County with 82% of the vote.
These are not official. Again, this is just what we have. Obviously, that's a big lead. One that you just, even with 4 to 5 precincts that haven't reported, that's going to be hard to make up.
Yeah, definitely. This is unofficial. The Election Commission will get together in a day or two and make these results official once everything's in. But just based off what we're seeing, we're going to go ahead and claim a couple of races.
Marsha Blackburn for United States Senate, 16,269.
U.S. House of Representatives District 3, Chuck Flashman, 82% of the vote. That's 16,250 votes. So Mr. Flashman is the winner here in Monroe County for U.S. House of Representatives District 3.
Tennessee State Senate District 2, Tom Hatcher, clearly going to take that for the county of Monroe County, 16,598 and 83.97% of the vote there.
Then you got House of Representatives District 21, and this is Tennessee House. Mr. Lowell Russell, 83% of the vote, 11,787. So we're declaring that one there.
Yes.
For again, Mr. Lowell Russell.
Tennessee House of Representatives District 23, Mark Cochran, 5,039. That's 88% of the vote.
The Madisonville vote 3-5 running in total.
Still too close to call that. We have a large Madisonville precinct that has not reported on yet, so we cannot say that these are official. It's still a very close race here.
What are we missing? The primary school?
But yes.
Okay, we're missing for Madisonville, but then again, you can vote anywhere in the county.
Yes.
But as of right now, your top 3 for the city of Madisonville, vote 3 is Rhonda Cooley, 1,302 votes. Ed Dawson, 834. Nancy Franklin, 864. That'll be followed by Richard Kirkland with 750 and Deanna McClendon at 595.
So that's a close race there. We're still waiting for the rest of those precincts to be able to kind of determine those gaps and see where we are. Sherry Anderson, she is running as an opposed, 1,675 votes for her, so she will stay with her spot at the city of Madisonville. Congratulations, mother-in-law.
Let's see, the local tax, we can go ahead and claim this for the city of Madisonville.
Yes.
The local option for sales tax referendum, that is going to be knocked down with 79% of the vote. 1,547 people voted against that, so that will not pass for the city of Madisonville.
Yes, town of Tellico Plains mayor, Marilyn Parker, 278 votes there. So she's running unopposed. So Miss Parker will continue to be mayor in the town of Tellico Plains.
Vote 4 on the alderman for Tellico Plains. All 4 will move forward. Courtney Bookout, 235. Shannon Harris, 229. Cynthia McDaniel, 210. Joyce McDaniel, 204. So all 4 of those will be moving on.
Again, with the town of Tellico Plains city recorder's race, Joe Cagle with 292 votes. Joe Cagle will. Is she still in? Is she in that position, or is that a new position for her? I was unaware.
I think she's been there.
Perfect.
So
congratulations to Joe for continuing on with that city recorder position there in Tellico Plains.
Von Orr, this is the one we're waiting on. Von Orr Middle School still hadn't, or Von Orr Elementary.
Also Von Orr Community Center. So those are 2 large Von Orr areas.
John's getting us some more right now. The race, Robert Keenan, 278. Timothy Swafford, 294. Christy Windsor, 277. So it's 1 vote difference right there. We're waiting on some votes out of Von Orr.
Very close.
And then the package store there in Von Orr, we can probably go ahead and declare that. Looks like it has been passed to permit retail.
Again, though, there's 2 precincts in Von Orr that has not reported, so that could, you never know.
and that is going to be 4 package stores to sell alcoholic beverages in the town of Von Orr's $394 against it $192. So
all right, so we have Madisonville primary reporting here, and also Von Orr Community Center. So
we got 13 out of the 15 precincts reporting now.
This affects. So we will start with town of Von Orr. Robert Keenan, 363. Timothy Swafford, 386. Christy Windsor, 380.
So that election day right there made a big difference in that race.
Correct.
Right around.
And this is a Von Orr precinct that has reported too. So
right around 17 votes difference now where it was 1. So.
Right, moving on to the city of Madisonville alderman race. This is going to be Rhonda Cooley, 1,330. Ed Dawson, 850. Nancy Franklin, 878. Richard Kirkland, 763. Deanna McClendon, 608. So currently our top 3 for the city of Madisonville alderman position would be Rhonda Cooley, Ed Dawson, Nancy Franklin.
Let's move into state House of Representatives District 21, Laurel Russell, 12,263. We declared that a minute ago. Mark Cochran is right around 89% of the vote, 5,384. And Tom Hatcher, Tennessee State Senate District 2, 84% of the vote, 17,408. So we've got 13 of the 15 polling locations reporting in, so that's 86% of the vote here in Monroe County. 21,548 people have voted.
Yes, so it looked like we were missing a couple of numbers on the top here that had reported. So it does look like that is with Von Orr Elementary School. Those current numbers are with Von Orr Elementary School. That is also with Von Orr Community Center. So those 2 have reported now, as well as the Madisonville precincts of Madisonville Primary School and the Election Commission, as well as Sequoia High School. So all of those are in and reported on.
So all we're missing is Coca Creek and Sweetwater Primary School. That's what it looks like to me.
I do not see Precinct 9. Looks not written on here, which is Notchie Creek.
Maybe we do have.
And Precinct 3.
Okay. We're missing 2. I don't know exactly which 2. They're
12 is in. Coker Creek is in. So that means we are currently waiting on Notchie Creek Fire Department and Sweetwater Primary School.
Okay. So we got one race there in Von Orr that's down to about 17 votes. It was down to 1.
Yes.
All of Von Orr area has reported, but they could still get votes from Madisonville and Sweetwater.
Yes.
So we're waiting to hear back from that. But as of now, we'll do a little recap. 21,000 people have voted here in Monroe County during this 2024 decision for the races here locally, state, and federal. Mr. Donald Trump, former president, is got 82, right at 83% of the Monroe County vote with 17,768. Marsha Blackburn, U.S. Senate race, 81% of the vote, 17,054. U.S. House of Representatives District 3, Chuck Flashman, 17,044. Tennessee Senate District 2, Tom Hatcher, 17,408. I'm just going over the top ones because there's such a big difference between the other, the opposing candidates. And when I say difference, I'm talking thousands of votes. Laurel Russell, Tennessee House of Representatives District 21, 12,263. Tennessee House of Representatives District 23, Mark Cochran, 5,384. And then we will go back over the local races. Alderman vote 3 for the city of Madisonville, Rhonda Cooley, 1,330 votes. Ed Dawson, 850. Nancy Franklin 878, Richard Kirkland 763, and Deanna McClendon 608.
Looks like we've got some more.
Got some more coming out.
Maybe printing.
Okay.
Takes
City
just a
Recorder,
second on
City of
this.
Massville unopposed, Sherry Anderson 1,716 votes. The City of Madisonville has voted against the tax referendum 1,589. Getting into the town of Tellico, Mayor Marilyn Parker 278 on the votes. All the aldermen in town Tellico, and they'll be moved through to the next. They'll be moved through for their term, as well as the city recorder, and then the town of Von Orr. John's gotten us some new tallies here.
Here we go.
This is the final.
For your 2024 final ballot here for Monroe County. This is with 15 out of 15 polling places reporting 100%. Again, we are just giving you numbers. These will have to be verified by the Election Commission, but these are the final numbers as of right now for Monroe County. We will start with Alderman, City of Madisonville. Rhonda Cooley, 1,332. Ed Dawson, 851. Nancy Franklin, 879. Richard Kirkland, 765. Deanna McClendon, 608. Very tight race there. We're going to go ahead and say the top three that will be staying with or going to move forward to be alderman for the City of Madisonville will be Rhonda Cooley, Ed Dawson, and Nancy Franklin. Sherry Anderson, unopposed, will stay in her position with the City Recorder for the City of Madisonville.
You've got the updated list there. I'll have to go
Yes,
off
so this
what
is
you got.
updated. So moving on to that very close Von Orr race, Robert Keenan, 363 votes. Timothy Swafford, 386 votes. And Christy Windsor, 380. So it looks like for that Von Orr race, Alderman, it's going to be our top vote getter will be Timothy Swafford, followed by 380 votes for Christy Windsor. Will be your top two for the Alderman of Town of Von Orr. The Town of Von Orr has also voted to permit the retail package stores to sell alcoholic beverages in the Town of Von Orr. So that will pass for the Town of Von Orr. For the Town of Tellico race, all of those they were all unopposed, so they will all be moving forward. Sales tax for the City of Madisonville, that was voted against, so that will not be passing through for the City of Madisonville. You want to do?
Yeah, I'll go over
ones?
a couple here. We can go ahead and do the president race. I know people likes the local races
Sure.
better, but former President Donald Trump took the county of Madisonville with 18,508 votes. Marsha Blackburn, U.S. Senate, took Monroe County. I probably said Madisonville, but I mean Monroe County. 17,744 votes. U.S. House of Representatives, District 3, Chuck Flashman wins Monroe County with 17,727 votes. Tennessee Senate District 2, Tom Hatcher wins with 18,124. Tennessee House of Representatives District 21, Laura Russell, 12,775 votes. He's declared the unofficial winner there. All this is unofficial as we go over this. Tennessee House of Representatives District 23, Mark Cochran, 5599, so he got almost 90% of the vote. We'll go back over these local races one more time.
Sure.
Before we close out everything tonight, we want to thank the Monroe County Election Commission for letting us set up in here. The head man here, Mr. James Brown, has give us cookies and snacks and power and internet.
He said, though, to make sure that we say that was after the polls closed.
Yeah.
So he was not trying to
his wife made those.
voting.
And his wife made those.
I did not have one, but boy, did they look scrumptious. So we want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I know it's kind of been a long, drawn-out process. We had to wait just like you did to get these reportings, so we are thankful for that. John John is going to go see if any of our winners are out in the parking lot. Looks like everybody had packed up.
Everybody's already headed on out.
They're going to go home and celebrate with a good slumber. So congratulations to all of our local winners. We are very thankful for your willingness to serve and serve your community. So thank you for what you do to make our town or our community of Monroe County better for the cities that you represent.
We'll go through it one more time before we close it out tonight. We also want to remind you before we close things out, tune in Friday night to 91.1 and 104.7. Also are online at wgsmradio.org as the Tellico Bears travel to South Green High School at 7 p.m. Friday for the first round of playoffs. Jeff Anderson and Jared Johnson will be bringing you live coverage of that ball game. That's this coming Friday night at 7 p.m. So
yes.
We're going to go over these.
Two more announcements. Let's just get these in really quick before we go over those numbers one more time. Alumni game for Sequoia High School, a basketball alumni game. If you are interested in playing in that, November the 15th, just contact Allison Bowers for that. Her phone number is 423-295-4477 if you would be interested in playing in an alumni basketball game that will be held on November the 15th. Last announcement, there will be a True Heroes Veteran 5K Saturday, November the 16th in Tellico Plains. 100% of the runners' registration and entry fees will be donated to the Wiseman and Livingston families that have been tragically affected by a car accident that happened this past weekend. And our thoughts and prayers are still with those families as they go through this devastating incident.
Right. We'll go over these numbers one more time. Before we shut it down, as of now, all precincts in Monroe County are reporting in 100%. A total of 22,432 people voted in this election. And I'll go over this first page, and then I can swap to you, and we'll go back and forth. Former President Donald Trump wins Monroe County 18,508 votes. That was 82% of the county, right at 83. United States Senate, Marsha Blackburn wins Monroe County 17,744 votes. That was 81% of the county.
All right, then we have United States House of Representatives District 3. Chuck Flashman taking that position for Monroe County, 17,727, 82% of the vote. Tennessee State District 2, Tom Hatcher, 18,124 and 84% of that. Tennessee House of Representatives District 21, Lowell Russell will continue in that position, 12,775 votes with 83%. Tennessee House of Representatives District 23, Mark Cochran, 5,599 with 88% of that vote. City of Madisonville Alderman, top 3 for this moving forward will be Rhonda Cooley, 1,332. Rhonda will be a new person on that board, so congratulations to Rhonda. Ed Dawson will continue a new term with the board, 851, as well as Nancy Franklin, will continue to be on the board with 879 votes. Congratulations to you all. Sherry Anderson will also stay as city recorder for the city of Madisonville, running unopposed with 1,720 votes, and that's obviously 100% of those votings.
Okay, moving on to sales tax referendum for the city of Madisonville. It did not pass, 1,592 votes. Mayor Town of Vonore unopposed, Marilyn Parker, 208.
Town of Tellico.
Tellico. I said Vonore, sorry.
Okay.
I'm getting mixed up here. Alderman, Town of Tellico, 4 will be moving forward, and it was vote 4. Courtney Bookout, 236. Shannon Harris, 230. Cynthia McDaniel, 210. Joyce McDaniel, 204. City of Recorder for the Town of Tellico, Joe Cagle, unopposed, 294. Alderman, Town of Vonore, this was vote 2. Moving on will be Timothy Swafford, 236, and Christy Windsor, 380.
Very close rates there.
Also,
386 and 380.
Also, the Town of Vonore has voted in package stores for the sale of alcoholic beverages at 534. So that concludes all of our totals for tonight. We want to thank you for joining us live at the Monroe County Election Commission in downtown Madisonville, and stay up to date with us on sports and local events on our Facebook page, and listen to us throughout the week at 91.1 and 104.7 FM. We want to thank you again. This concludes our broadcast here at the Election Commission, and good night.